Early in May, tribes from all over both the state and the country gathered at the Capitol in Sacramento, California, to bring to light a pressing crisis not often spoken about. That crisis being MMIP, which stands for Murdered and Missing Indigenous People. We spoke to some in attendance of this historic event to learn what it means to them.
This event means everything to me. I do work with, I sit on the board with all Indigenous missing and murdered people of California. And this day is very special, but this work needs to be done every day. These families that have people missing and murdered, they don't know where they are. They need our support every day. You know, they need to know that they're not alone, that they have people that support them and want to help them, find their loved ones. And if they don't have their loved ones, that, we're there for them. Terrible murders going out there that we don't hear about. You hear of other people, other races all the time, but our Native women and men and people, Two-Spirit, you don't hear of them out there on the news, Their voices aren't being heard, so I believe we need to make a voice heard for our people.
The missing, murdered, and Indigenous people, missing, murdered, and Indigenous women is very important to all tribes, and it's very important to me. I am a victim of this murdered, missing, and Indigenous peoples. My mother was a tribal council secretary for our tribe, and I found her murdered December 17th, 2016. And I was the last one to see her. I was the very first one to find her. We have to be a unit, and we have to be family, and we are Native Americans. We're all one, and we need to stand as one in order to move past the epidemic that's impacted all the nations across the United States. We're all in the same boat. We all have the same murdered and missing people, and it's been this way for years and years, 100 years.
Voices were heard as leaders from these tribes all gathered in front of the Capitol to speak of the MMIP crisis and how each was addressing the issue.
For justice and healing in their families, we pay respects to their families, their loved ones, and in their communities. We are here to pay love and respect to all those sacred beings that were not able to live their lives to the fullest, not able to show up in their true and sacred self due to the threat and actions of being disappeared and being killed. We know that the intention behind state and colonial violence is upheld by white supremacy, is upheld by the founding of this state, and that Indigenous peoples are the most impacted, not recognized and acknowledged on their lands due to colonial violence.
The Candlelight Vigil went into the night as the Capitol was illuminated red, a color for MMIP, as dances and songs were performed to honor those missing or murdered. The next morning, Thursday, May 5th, Assemblyman James Ramos, who spearheaded the issue into the limelight, came before the Assembly to offer these words.
I rise as chair of the Legislative Native American Caucus to present ACR 25, which designates May 2023 as California's Missing and Murdered Indigenous Peoples Month.
As ACR 15 passed, all tribal leaders in attendance received a framed copy of the bill and together made history, as May is now recognized as statewide MMIP month and one step closer to forever ending this crisis.